home. Missing you made me stronger. Then I'd be Superman. If I fly around the world, it wouldn't take me longer than it would to be your man. I fight 1,000 guys, live to die.
Hey techies, you're watching VL Extras, where we unpack the wildest breakthroughs with a visual twist. Imagine typing a text with your mind. No keyboard, no voice, just pure thought. Elon Musk's been the loudest broligarch in this brain tech game, planting chips in skulls with Neuralink. But hold up. Mark Zuckerberg's Meta is hot on his tail, and their latest drop, Brain2QWERTY, is a mind-blowing, no-surgery-needed leap. If you're new, hit that subscribe button and join our tech-crazed tribe. Unveiled February 2025, it's decoding thoughts into text, and folks, we're nowhere near ready for what's coming. Let's dive into this sci-fi showdown. It's 2016, Musk co-founds Neuralink, dreaming of human-AI fusion, and lands chips in 3 brains by 2025. Not to be outdone, Meta then Facebook jumps in a year later, vowing wearable gear to type with your brain or hear through skin. Fast forward to February 7th, 2025. Meta's Fair Lab, led by AI guru Yann LeCun, cracks a code Musk couldn't touch, decoding sentences from brainwaves, no scalpels required. Enter Brain2QWERTY, a deep learning beast turning neural signals into text. This isn't just tech, it's a race to own your thoughts. So how does it work? Meta teamed up with Spain's Basque Center on Cognition, Brain and Language, snagging 35 volunteers to type sentences like, "I'm going to lunch," inside a $2 million MEG scanner, think sci-fi hairdryer. Some got EEG electrodes glued on too. These tools catch magnetic fields or electrical pulses from your brain as you type. The AI? It's a triple threat. One part maps brain signals to letters, another groks sentence structure from Wikipedia, and a third autocorrects typos like turning "I love or yoey" into "I love you." MEG hits 70–80% accuracy, EEG a shaky 33%. It's raw, but it's real.
Meta has found a non-invasive way to decode brain signals into letters and words with an up to 80% accuracy rate. They accomplished this by using a machine learning model to convert the signals that external sensors receive from the brain into predicted letters that match that of a keyboard that they are typing on. This potential innovation could help millions of people who suffer from not being able to communicate through this method.
Meta just published 2 papers showing they can turn thoughts into text with 80% accuracy in real time. They used special sensors called MEG and EEG to record tiny magnetic fields from brain activity while 35 people typed sentences. Then they used a new deep learning architecture, Brain2QWERTY, to train an AI model to predict the sentences just from the brain signals. What's wild is that this new architecture scored 32% character error rate. Basically, for every 100 characters, it got 68 right. The crazy part is that for some people, the model even got entire sentences perfect, averaging around 80% accuracy for sentences it hadn't even seen before. But that's not all. They also took 1,000 brain snapshots every second and tracked the exact moment when thoughts turned into words, syllables, and even individual letters. Previous systems either needed brain implants like Neuralink or were very inaccurate, maxing out at 43% on basic tasks. Now, Meta's approach is better, but it's still not perfect because MEG requires people to sit in a magnetically shielded room and stay completely still. Even small movements like moving the mouth or tongue can corrupt neuroimaging signals. That being said, when we do manage to turn MEG scanners into wearables, we could communicate completely silently or control devices with just our thoughts.
Picture Sarah, 43. A stroke stole her voice 2 years ago. Brain2QWERTY could be her lifeline. Meta's big pitch? Restoring speech for millions stroke victims, ALS patients, the locked in without drilling into skulls like Neuralink. In the lab, it's a blurry miracle. 80% right means 1 in 5 letters flops, but entire sentences emerge from silence. Unlike fMRI's elephant-sized lag, MEG's near real-time edge makes it a contender. Portable MEG helmets light as Meta's Quest 3 are in the works. This could change lives, or everything. But here's the chill. Meta's not stopping at helping Sarah. Zuckerberg's 2017 vision was a headset you'd buy type game live from mind to machine. Step 1's done. Decoding thoughts outside the skull. Step 2? Shrink that $2 million MEG rig into something you'd wear at Starbucks. It's not crazy portable MEGs already a few pounds. Step 3 though? That's where we're screwed. Meta gatekeeping your brain data? The ad giant that knows your clicks now sniffing your thoughts? X is freaking out. 80% accuracy is wild, but privacy is toast. Are we ready for this? The science is nuts. MEG tracks magnetic fields less skull fuzz than EEG's electric noise, hitting 80% where past models tanked. Feed it brainwaves, it spits out sentences, but Silicon Valley's drooling for more. Google, Microsoft, Nvidia, they're all in this brain race. Meta's Fair Lab wants AI that talks like us, sure, but also headsets selling ads in your head. No rules exist for this. Your mind's the last frontier, and Meta's got the keys.
It turns out Meta has their own research team, and I imagine in an attempt to remain scientifically relevant, as Microsoft and Google have, they figured out a non-invasive way to read a person's inner monologue, to turn the electrical activity in one's brain into text and ultimately a voice. This is mind reading. This means that you could have your own portable device that could allow you to be psychic. Now, this is not the first time that this has been done, but it certainly is the least invasive. Other methods involve a brain chip, which has spikes, electrodes that go directly into the brain and can record electrical activity and can allow somebody to speak, something that can turn an inner monologue into text and into a voice that has been used for people who have lost the ability to move and ultimately have lost their voice. It is absolutely incredible that that technology exists at all and that it's worked. Right now, that may be the best option, but anything in direct contact with your brain can cause hemorrhage. The reason that we don't use technologies on humans immediately is because we need to make sure that we have the best methods possible, that we're not putting a patient, a person, in a worse position. There really is a good reason why FDA clearance is not rushed. But back to Meta. They used two methods in order to demonstrate the principle, one of which is an EEG. That's a cap that goes over your head and measures electrical activity. And there's also portable varieties that you could buy at home if you wanted to measure your brain activity and use AI to decode it. The other method is an MEG. That uses the magnetic fields that can be recorded from the electrical activity in your brain. MEGs can be much more bulky, much more expensive, but they generally give better results. They can also be done together. They had participants type out sentences while their electrical activity or magnetic activity was recorded. An AI took those recordings and sorted them out for similar patterns. They found that some people could just be measured better than others. The MEG was a lot more successful than the EEG, which made frequent errors. What this demonstrates is proof of principle, that these things can be done. This technology is still in its infancy. We've already seen technology that can decode what is happening in somebody's brain while they sleep. We can play dreams back to you if you really want to. Will this stuff be used for nefarious purposes? Probably. We've seen EEG technology being used for interrogations for a while, but it wasn't all that accurate. But we have better tech. We have better AI. I know this technology is a little bit strange and a little bit unsettling, but it is exciting. We are breaking the barriers. We're pushing the limits of what it means to be human. We are combining ourselves with technology and using it to understand ourselves. And besides, when you were a kid, didn't you ever want to have telepathy?
Musk's Neuralink drills deep sub 5% error, but it's surgery. Meta's Brain2QWERTY, non-invasive 20% error on a good day, but wearable potential. Musk merges us with machines. Zuck wants a removable mind reader. Both are bonkers, but Meta's closer to your shelf helmet over implant. Which one do you prefer? The catch? That MEG rig is a lab beast with 500 kilos and shielded rooms. Portability is years off, and real time is a dream. Still 80% from a noisy skull. That's a warning shot. We're not prepped for what's next. Brain2QWERTY's here. Meta's mind-reading tech is typing our future, and we're not ready. A lifeline for the speechless or a data grab in your skull? You tell us, drop your take in the comments, smack that like if your brain's tingling, and subscribe for more VL extras. Musk vs. Zuck, invasive vs. wearable, who wins? And who owns your thoughts? We'll keep you posted visual style. See you next time!